and we're gonna go from 3 preseason games down to 2 probably. Is there a point in time, do you think, in our lifetimes, maybe after we retire, when our kids are watching this game, but do you think there's going to be a point in time where they do away with preseason altogether? You look at college football, and it's just like, get ready to go out there and play week 1, and and you win or lose, you start the season, 0-1 or 1-0, and are we going to get there? Because the product, there is a purpose, right? For Jalen Daniels, right? This is a purpose for him. But it's kind of crazy. You go back to the Bucs' most recent Super Bowl season, there wasn't preseason due to COVID. They just went out there and played and lost in week 1. Do you think that the pro football guys, I'll start with you, Greg, is going to get to that point where they just do it with preseason? They get 18 or 20 games, whatever. They have a couple bye weeks. They expand the roster. What's the future of preseason football?
Yeah, you'll hear that. There's definitely people this week, that are talking about that. And every coach in the league is saying joint practices are more valuable than preseason games. I will say they charge admission for preseason games. And those season ticket holders, they don't love it, but those season ticket holders get that as part of their deal. NFC teams, it's only 1 home game. But if you're an AFC season ticket holder, you paid for 2 preseason games that may or may not have involved starters. So they're not going to give that up anytime soon. The practical use of it, in terms of how much coaches take advantage of it, has definitely changed. I mean, it's gone from, a half of 1 game back when there were 4 games. You had 1 game they might have played in the second half. Rick and I were talking in the press box, and going back to Bucs early days in their first season, they had 6 preseason games. Wow. And people would riot now. Like the idea of saying out loud, the Bucs dropped to 2-3 in the preseason, 1 more to go. I just don't know how much appetite today's football fan would have for 6 weeks of preseason.
Not me.
It's not the product they wanted to have. You don't confuse it with week 9 at any point. But I do think for solidifying the bottom of your roster, again, I think there are these guys that we talk about, as we will in a minute here, that are the stars of August and are the captivating stories that may or may not last. And there's guys that can be absolute headliners in August, and they're gone, and they're on the Niners practice squad in 2 weeks or something. Yeah. So it doesn't always work out, but I do like for the people that aren't, people that like the granular, detailed, bottom of the roster stories, there's still interesting stuff that comes out of preseason, I think.
Yeah. Well, it's a money driven league, and when you're getting, the kind of money they're getting from Netflix for Christmas Day games, $250 million or whatever it is, the players are short-sighted, and they will be again. If they get enough money, they will agree to an 18-game regular season schedule. There'll be 2 bye weeks, and I don't know what they do with the preseason, and frankly, nobody will care because they'll have the extra game. The TVs are going to buy it. They're going to gobble it up. Back in the day when they were playing 6 preseason games, and then I used to talk to Tom Moore about this, the teams got to keep the gate for those preseason games individually. Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, they got to keep it all. So that's why the Steelers were popular wherever they went. But at home, they played. That's how they made a lot of their money. With revenue sharing, everything's changed. Yeah. We're at a point already, and I talked to Rich McKay about this years ago, is that we are going to oversaturate NFL fans. We're already asking them to invest all day Sunday, Sunday night, Monday night, Thursday night. Now we have Christmas
Wednesday.
Eve. I think they start on
the Wednesday kickoff.
Yeah. We never used to play games on Friday. I thought there was a law against it, but by God, if Christmas Eve's on a Friday, they're going to play. So
we need a Tuesday game, damn it, right?
I mean, why not?
Tuesday night football.
Yeah, I mean but I like ice cream. I don't like it every meal. Right. So I'm just that's the danger, and I think that players see the money and they're going to agree to these things, and it's not going to be great for the game or for their careers, which are going to be much shorter if you're playing an extra 2 games a year.
Speaking of money, we got a super chat here from SRQ Salt 499. Thank you so much. What's going on with Luke Gedeke? Didn't look great against the Jets. Heard he was horrible today. I will say he had a rough rep or 2 in one-on-ones for sure. Josh Hines-Allen schooled him big time. And that, I think that happened again, maybe on the offensive side. You guys, I think, probably watch more Bucs offense than I did today. What were your thoughts on Gedeke? I will say this has not been like a stellar month of August for Luke Gedeke for whatever reason.
Yeah, I mean, he definitely, the first rep I saw in one-on-ones was him getting beat badly and literally falling to the ground.
Yeah.
Against pass rush. And again, not what you want. And again, it's one of those where I think because Wirfs hasn't been there for going on 3 weeks, he's had to be kind of the outside anchor of this line.
Yeah.
And the tough tackler. So I mean, that means he's getting, I don't know if they want to go straight at Chukwuma and Paul Rubelt with their best pass rushers. So he's getting the challenges every week.
Right.
And when we talk to Ruben Bain, his measuring stick for 3 weeks, because he hasn't been able to go up against Tristan Wirfs, is Gedeke. So I do think he's probably been pushed and tested a little bit more than he would if all things were normal. I don't think it's a huge cause for concern right now.
Yeah.
I mean, it's one of those where, you get 2 more weeks till the opener and he'll be out there for that. And that's when you'll like him or dislike him is then.
Yeah. We like Greg DeCruz for his 100 joules. Thank you so much, Greg. Appreciate that. And SRQ saw it with another $1.99 super chat. Fact, in the 70s, NFL played 6 preseason games. Rick Stroud, you are not wrong, my friend.
Yeah, so, they did. Hard to believe. Thank God we don't cover those teams.
I know. And speaking of cover, we're going to be interested to see what Baker Mayfield's going to do this year. And we're going to be excited to see our prize picks lineup, Greg, and see exactly what the folks over at HMA have in store for us with this prize picks. Remember, Prize Picks is America's #1 sports app. It's real simple to use. Just download the app, use promo code HMA, and new users can play $5 and get $150 in bonus lineups if you win. And it's real simple. All you have to do is just pick more or less on a couple of categories. What is teed up for us tonight, Greg Auman?
We're back on season props, which are always fun. Over-under for the entire season, what they can do. And if you need evidence that you can bet on everything, okay, if you go to the right there, the bottom line is Carolina Panthers punter Sam Martin, the over-under for how many punts inside the 20 Sam Martin has. I feel like it's a tempting line at 27.5. I'll be honest. You probably don't remember. Sam had 27 last year, so it's right there.
I didn't remember, but I knew that you knew, Greg.
Last 6 years, he's only hit this over once.
Okay.
And that was with 28. Okay. Right. So that the under is there. It's tempting. As a Bucs fan, I'm sure you guys want to think that the Panthers are going to be punting more, but the numbers say to take the under there.
All right.
The more mainstream bets they're offering there are quarterback passing yard over-unders. And if you look, the number for Baker Mayfield, 3499.5, which is basically saying 3,500 yards. Baker Mayfield's hit that in all 3 of his seasons in Tampa Bay. What you're essentially betting on is, will Baker Mayfield be healthy for all of them?
That's true.
Because if he misses 3 games, that probably hits the under. If you look at the 8 quarterbacks that are in there in that grid there, only one guy of the 8 has a lower over-under than Baker Mayfield, and that's Aaron Rodgers, who's 43 years old. So I think that points to odds makers kind of being aware the risk of injury. Again, if he's healthy, I think that's an easy number for Baker Mayfield to hit. What you're gambling on is whether or not he's healthy or not.
Yep. Well, we greatly appreciate Prize Picks support. Remember, use promo code HMA when you sign up. That is America's #1 sports picks app.